Hey everybody, my name is Charlie, and a little over a year ago, actually like a year and 2 months ago, I was not able to walk hardly. I should say not. There was a time when I could not walk, but I dropped a crap load of weight by going to a whole foods plant-based diet, dropped about 120 pounds. Ended up getting hip surgery because I was born with hip dysplasia and I had really bad arthritis, osteoarthritis that is. And so November of 2020, I came out here and I walked this track with a walker following my surgery. And here I am today at 155 pounds, and I'm actually 10 pounds heavier than I was shortly before the holidays. I usually eat raw. So right now I guess I'm high raw. But for the past month I've been eating Impossible burgers and Impossible chicken and stuff, just enjoying the holidays. I know I'm doing a lot. I do that a lot. I'm always thinking and trying to talk at the same time. It don't work too well. Anyway, I'm out here walking, making up for yesterday, because yesterday was New Year's Eve, and I said I've been doing good. I've been raw almost 100% the entire year, and I don't want to get off track. But I decided I'm going to enjoy myself and I'm going to stay at home and make some vegan pizza. So me and the wife had vegan pizza last night, and I ate 2 pizzas by myself because I got a huge appetite. And I also have a food addiction. I was diagnosed as a compulsive overeater back in 91, I think it was, when I was in the Navy. Yeah. And then in 92, I got out of the Navy. Mainly because I couldn't control my weight, couldn't control my eating. The wife couldn't cook for crap, so we were eating out a lot. Carne asada burritos, carne asada quesadillas, barbecue ribs, pork chops, you name it. I ate it all, and that stuff gave me diabetes. I had type 2 diabetes, and so now I don't, and that was in Southern California where, everything was hustle and bustle and run here and run there. I couldn't do crap right. Then I moved up here to Idaho, only to be near my son, who I hadn't seen for a couple years, and was missing him. So we came here, and he doesn't talk to me much anymore, but I was tired of being on 9 different medications, extremely overweight. My profile picture, matter of fact, has a before and after picture, and it shows me where I was at 262 at that time until to now. But my heaviest was 310. I've been up and down the scale, for many years. And it wasn't until I found a plant-based diet that I was able to figure out how to manage my weight to where I'm not going up and down so drastically. I ended up going raw and got off of all those medications I was on. I was on medications for high triglycerides, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, pain, antidepressants, They diagnosed me with having a hypothyroid right as I was going plant-based. I had them do a whole lab panel. I was still with the VA then. I had them do a whole lab panel, and you got hypothyroidism. So went home and did a little research, because I was also low in sodium. What plants can I eat where I can raise my sodium level and at the same time get my thyroid under control, or at least back up to the level it should be? Well, with some more research, found out that celery had the most sodium in it in the plant kingdom, unless of course you're going for sea vegetables, and they'd have more. But I don't do that. That's nasty. I'm one of the few vegans I know that can't stand seaweed. Matter of fact, even non-vegans around here, they like their sushi with the nori wraps and stuff. I can't handle that. Anyway, I ate a bunch of celery. I ate one bunch every day, along with, other fruits and vegetables and whatever. And next thing you know, a month later, I get my labs done. Come to find out, my hypothyroidism is gone completely. Years later, after meticulously following my blood sugars and everything, I guess I got kind of anal about it, and I was like, man, I'm not in the 70s anymore. I'm not in the 80s. I'm in the high 90s or low 100s. Even though it's a normal range, it wasn't where I wanted to be. And I thought it was just, maybe I have, type 1.5. I mean, how is it that I'm eating nothing pretty much that everybody else around me is eating? How can I be this small and still not have my sugars dialed in to the 70s in the morning? So I went to go get a C-peptide test, as they talk about on Mastering Diabetes. Lady looks at me, the doctor that is. She goes, you're not a diabetic. What are you in here for? Well, I tried to explain it to her. She shook her head. She laughed at me. She goes, if it'll make you feel better, I'll take your A1C right now. I'll check your sugars right now and see how they are. I say, well, you check my sugars right now, it's going to be normal, But my A1C, each time I ate something that was high in fat, I noticed that my daily sugars, if I eat something that was high in fat, it was taking longer and longer periods of time each time I had something with fat in it to get back down to that base of like having my sugars at 70 when I wake up in the morning. That's called your fasting blood glucose level, is when you first wake up and before you had anything to eat or anything. And so she did. She took the test, or I took the A1C. She submitted the A1C with my blood, and come to find out, it's still 4.3, even though I was having issues. So my A1C, when I was with the VA and on metformin, insulin, everything else that that I had to take for other issues, my A1C was over 9. I forgot what it was, 9.8 or whatever. But anyway, my sugars were averaging back then anywhere from 250 to 350 a day, every day. Now, they're usually in the 80s and 90s. Every day, all the time, no matter what I eat. Even when I was bad last month, and I'd go out and with a client or my wife or whoever, and I'd have an Impossible Burger or something like that, just to, kind of fit in. I get home and check my sugars a couple hours later, 82, 85, whatever. So evidently I'm not a diabetic anymore, even when I push it to the edge and eat crap food. But I know if I keep that up for too long, I'll definitely go back to being a diabetic. I have experienced that before. I've destroyed diabetes 2 times. When I first went raw over 10 years ago, and now. My official veganiversary will be February 1st, because I'm not sure which day it was where I went from being just plant-based to vegan. But I figured February 1st, that's a good solid date. I definitely was vegan by then. So it'll be 10 years this February. So a month from today. I just want to let everybody know, if you're a meat eater, I don't hate you. I don't have any ill feelings towards you. I don't exclude you or anyone else from any discussions. I do hate trolls though. And I had a YouTube channel before called The Fat Vegan Cyclist, where I was showing, how to eat raw and all this other stuff. The only thing was I was still, like 200 pounds or 180 pounds. And it just, I don't think I was making the impact because I was still heavy, because I was still eating way more than I needed to. People say you can't gain weight being a raw vegan. I'm here to tell you it's a lie. Like I said, I'm a compulsive overeater. And with that in mind, I can put the food away. My salads usually weigh 8 to 10 pounds. And I put anything and everything you can imagine in that fucker. Oh, excuse my language. But anyway, you can gain weight being raw. You can lose weight being raw. It comes down to calories. That's what it is. It comes down to calories. And you got to keep your fats really low. Your proteins can be low too. They don't need to be high. Anywhere between 2 to 12, 13%, I think most of my calories every day are protein. I'm not hurting for protein. I got plenty of strength. I'm active. I work with kids much, much, much younger than me. And I got more energy than they do. And I just keep going and going and farting. So anyway, this is me reintroducing myself. Letting you know, if you're disabled, if you're having a hard time moving around, you got thyroid issues, you got diabetes, you're overweight, there is a way to overcome it all. And I'll see you later.